Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Okemute. If it's your first time here, hello, thank you so much for joining the family. So today we're going to be creating a makeup look together. I'm not sure what look I'm going for yet. I just know I want to put on eyeshadow because I haven't done that in a while. So yeah, we're going to be doing that together and let's just head right into it. So today I'll be starting off with my eyeshadow first. That's just the mood and the vibe for today. So to prep for that, I'm going to go in with my concealer. And the concealer I'm going to be using today is from Juvia's Place, and I have this one in the shade 10. I'm just going to apply this all over my lid and blend that out. Moving on, I'll be setting that with my Hudabeauty setting powder in the shade Kunafa, and you guys ignore how dirty this thing looks like. This is glue all over, and I've been trying to take it out and it's not coming off, so just ignore that. I'm just going to go ahead and use a clean brush to just set that in place. So now to eyeshadow. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using today is the Jaclyn Heel and Morphe eyeshadow palette. I'm going to be going in with this brown shade right here first. This is going to be my first transition shade today, and I'm just going to tap that in, dust off the excess, and I'm going to be packing on the eyeshadow first before I go ahead and blend. This helps your eyeshadow to come out very pigmented. You want to tap it in before you go ahead and blend it out. And you see where I'm placing the eyeshadow. I'm placing the one in the front up to my brow area, and then I'm bringing this edge underneath my brow bone. So you want to put the eyeshadow here, take it up to your brows, and then bring it down over here underneath your brow bone. So now that that is to my liking, I'm going in with a second shade, and I'm going to be using this shade right here and a little bit of this as well. So I'm going to be mixing these two shades together. I'm just going to tap on this, tap on the second one, and mix that together. So I'm tapping that into the same area that I applied the first transition shade. I'm still patting it in before blending out as well. So now that this is to my liking, I'm going to go back into the first brush that I used for my first transition shade. I'm going to take a bit of the first transition shade shadow again, and now I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges. So now you don't have to tap in, you can just go ahead and feather the edges out. So moving on to the lid, I'm going to be using this shade right here first, and I'll go ahead and use this one as well. So we're starting off with this darker one. So using the same tapping in technique with your shimmery shadows, you also want to tap in and not drag. So that's what we're going to be doing. So now I'm moving on to the next shade, and I've wiped my brush. I'm using the same brush that I just used, but I wiped it. So I'm going to be using this shade right here. Doing the same thing that I did earlier, going in with tapping motions. I'm blending it a little bit over the first shade that we apply. And why I'm doing that is because I want it to look seamless. Like I want everything to look, you know, blended in nice and not looking like I applied one color and then one color is not blended in right. So you want to make sure when you're applying the next one, you apply it where you want it to be and blend it a little bit over the first one. Alright you guys, so this is what we have so far. Now I'm going to go back in again with that first shade, this darker one. I'm going to go back in with that, and I'm going to use it to furthermore blend the edges because I can see some harsh line. So I'm going back in, and I'm now going with a little bit of swiping motion just to blend the parts where the two color joins together. And you don't want to be aggressive with it. You want to be really light-handed when you're doing that. All right, you guys, so this is what we have now. So I'm going to go back in to this color right here, this dark brown matte shadow that we used earlier. I'm going to go back into that, and I'll just use that to feather the edges of this one out as well. On, I'll be lining my lash line a little bit with my Kiko Milano lasting eye gel liner. This is a black liner. I'm just going to go in and line a little bit. Alright, you guys, so the eyes are done for now, and I'm going to move on to the rest of my face. And as we can see, we can already see oil seeping through from my skin. You guys, oily skin issues. I washed and moisturized my face before I started makeup, and the eyeshadow didn't even take so long, and I'm already oily. So I'm going to go in with a clean tissue, and I'm just going to use that to blot and take off the excess oil and everything. I don't think that I mentioned that the lashes I used today are from AliExpress. I'm going to have that linked in my description box, and everything that I used today, I'm going to have them listed in my description box as well. So we're just going to move on to prime, and for that I'll be using my Zaron Cosmetics Oil Block Mattifier. You guys that are still using Milk of Mag on your face in 2023, bombastic side eye, stop using Milk of Mag. Just get a good mattifying primer, or if you're looking for something that has the consistency of Milk of Mag, I'd say you get this one. Like, it looks like Milk of Mag, but you know that it's not Milk of Mag, and it's makeup and it's safe to use on your face. So you can see how this just mattified my face and took away all the shine and all the oil that we had going on. Use this instead of using Milk of Mag. Get this primer. Moving on to highlight some of the high points of my face, I'm going to be using my Black Opal Sheer Metallics in the shade Bronzie. Now that that is to my liking, I'm moving on to foundation, and I'll be using my Milani 2-in-1 foundation and concealer, and I have this one in the shade Golden Toffee. I've been loving this foundation lately. Since I found it again and tried it, I've been stuck on it. And real quick, I almost forgot, I want to correct some of the dark areas around my mouth, and for that I'll be going in with my Black Opal foundation stick in the shade Suede Mocha. I hope this thing I've been focusing since, because I'm just going So foundation is in and everything is looking nice, and I'm going to be trying on a new concealer today. I'm pretty excited, at the same time I'm a bit scared, because when it comes to concealers, I don't like to mess around too much. I like to stick to what I already know. But anyway, I'm going to be trying this Nigerian brand, and I just realized that I've been using a lot of Nigerian products actually lately, and I've been loving them. Nigerian brands are killing the game. This one is from Nuban Beauty, and I have it in the shade 046. I'm going to wait for that to dry down a little bit. I'm not sure how fast this one dries. I'm just going to quickly go in with my contour, and I'm going to be using my black Opal contour stick in the shade Spicy Contour Stick Cream Foundation in the shade what shade is this? Ebony Brown.
But I want the world to know I'm a good catch, but I never let him catch me. No, I never let him claim me. Wild thing try to tame me, but you got my mood on sunshine. Let's take a trip, souls on big smile. Let's hit this lake, stars are in line. I'm posted, lay with me in the moonlight. I wanna be bold with it. Don't care who we told about it. Well, baby, got a hold on it. Let love unfold tonight. They'll be calling us gold.
I just realized my mic wasn't on when I was applying the blush because I quickly went to attend to baby boy and I forgot to put my mic back on. So anyway, I used where's it now? The TM Essentials Cheek Glaze in the shade Headline. This is also a Nigerian owned brand. I like to scoop it out first and then I warm it up with my fingers and I apply it on my face. And I go back in with a brush and just use that to furthermore blend that in. So that's what we have so far. So I'm just going to go ahead and set the highlighter areas with my Hudabeauty setting powder that we used earlier to set the concealer on the eyes. I'm just going to go ahead and use that with a powder puff, and the powder puff I'm using today I got off Shein. I'm going to have that linked in my description box as well. This powder and concealer together, it looks really, really smooth and light. I think I might just found a new fave concealer. So we're going to move on to bronzer, and for that I'm using my Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Mocha Mami. Moving on to set the rest of my face, I'm going in with my Iman pressed powder. Nope, before we do that, I almost forgot I wanted to do a bit of reverse contour today. So I'm going to be going in with the same setting powder. Alright, so I'm going in with my Iman pressed powder in the shade Earth Dark. I'm just going to use that to blend everything and set the rest of my face. I'm going to be blending out the reverse contour real quick because most times when you leave it for a long time, it's very hard to blend out. So I'm just going to go in real quick and blend that out. Now that that is done, I'm moving on to set my blush with my e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to be using, I don't know what the shade is called, I'll find out and have it listed. I'm going to be using this shade right here. So we're done with that, and I'm kind of going for a bright eye under look today. So I'm going to be using a powder to try to achieve that. I'm using another shade of the Hudabeauty setting powder, and this one is in the shade Banana Bread. I'll just be focusing that on these areas right here. So we're moving on to brows, and for that I'm using my Maybelline Ultra Slim Brow Pencil in the shade Black Brown. Now that I'm done filling the brows, I'll be moving on to clean up with my LA Girl concealer in the shade Toast. I'm just going to be going in with a little bit of concealer. You don't want to use too much. You've already done your shadow. You don't want to mess that up. You just want to use enough concealer to define the brows and not too much. So the brows are done, and now I'm just going to go ahead and blend out all the excess powder. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and finish the under eye, and I'm going to be going in with my Kiss Beauty liner. This liner is really black and nice. I'm going to be using this to line my waterline. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be smoking that out a little bit with this black shadow from the same eyeshadow palette that we used earlier. So we're pretty much done with the eyes. I'm going to be moving on to lips, and I'm going to be using my MAC lip pencil in the shade Cork. I always feel like this lip pencil is never dark enough for me, and I don't want to reach out for my Maybelline Super Stay Ink today. Today I'm going to break that spirit of always using the same lip liner, because I feel like that's the only one that defines my lips in a way that I like. But I'm trying out new things today, so let's see if we can make this work. You see, we can barely see this thing, and everybody always swears by this Maybelline, this MAC Cork lip pencil. I don't think it's for me, because I don't see anything that is defining. So moving on, I'm going to be trying out another lip pencil that I've also had and I've not reached out for. This one is the NYX lip pencil in the shade Espresso. Let's see if this is better and I don't end up using my Maybelline. This one definitely showed up way better than the MAC Cork lip pencil. For lipstick, I'll be going in with this lipstick palette, and I'll be using this shade right here. I'm going to try to have the link to this listed in my description box. This is what we have after blending that in. I'll be going in with this white shade right here. You guys, I don't even know wherever this lip inspo came from. Like, I just didn't want to do my regular nude, and I'm not sure how I'm feeling about it yet. So let's see. So this is what we have. I don't know how I feel about the lips yet, to be honest. So I'm just going to go ahead and gloss it, then get my hair together, and then I'll come back and decide if I'm keeping this lip combo or not. The more I kept looking at it while I was about to fix my hair, I'm like, nah, I don't like it. So I just took it off, and I relined again with the same lip pencil that I used. This is the MAC lipstick in the shade Yash. I'm going to be using that. I think this one is way better, to be honest. That first one was just doing too much for me. I feel like it was taken away from the look, and this looks way better in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comment section though. So this is the final look, and this is what we have. I love how everything turned out. Love that I switched the lips, because I think this just, you know, complements the look nicely. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Just in case you're interested in the hair as well, I have a review on her. I'm not sure which is going to be going up first, either this makeup video or the hair video, but if the hair video goes up first, I'm going to have it linked right here so you can go ahead and check that out. So do not forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, click on the subscribe button, join the family. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.